Alright, so today's video lesson is about chords and where you can take things with something as straightforward and simple as stacking chords. So, on guitar, making sure you get your open chords down. We're going to be working with A chords today. And so you want to start with your major, right? Your minor, and then your dominant seventh. So what a chord is you're taking the first, the third, and the fifth note from your scales. And so if you're playing an A major chord, you're pulling the first, third, and fifth notes from that A major scale. So that would be A, C sharp, and E. Alright? Now when you make an A minor chord, that is also the 1, the 3, and the 5. However, you're pulling it from your A minor scale. And so the difference between A major and A minor, or a major and a minor scale, is that to get to the minor, you flat the third, the sixth, and the seventh note of your major scale. And a major scale is just a pattern. So it's a whole, half, whole, half step pattern. Alright, and so that's the main difference from your kind of parent scales. You have your natural major and your natural minor, and then when you pull the first, third, and the fifth notes, you get those guys. Now, the next up on the list would be your dominant seventh. And so with the dominant seventh chord, it's a major triad, but with a flat 7 in there. So the spelling of this chord would be A, C sharp, E, and then we have a natural G. Okay, and so from there, you can go to your chord extensions. So once you get the major and the minor chords down, we already did the dominant seventh, but you can do a major 7. That's still the 1, 3, 5, but now we take the seventh note from our major scale, which would be G sharp. Alright, so that's the nice jazzy sounding A major 7. And so same for the minor 7. You're pulling the 1, the 3, and the 5. And now the 7 from your A minor scale, which would be G natural. So that would sound like this. And so you would run major, minor, dominant seventh, major 7, and minor 7. And this is something you can apply to every key or every, chord that's out there. So you got your A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. But just start with one key and then work your way up from there. Or if you want to break things up, you can do all your majors. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then work your way around the extensions. And from your open position, it's also good to be able to play your bar chord versions. So with the major and the minor, being able to play that, your A bar chord, A major bar chord, minor, dominant 7, major 7, and finally minor 7. Alright? And all these you can find anywhere online. They're just out there in chord charts, or you can get yourself a nice chord book and have it all in just one place. And for those wanting to take it a step further, arpeggios are just broken down chords. So for us rock and metal players out there, getting down your A minor arpeggios. So when you stack chords on the guitar, they're not always going to be the 1, the 3, and the 5. They're not always going to be that pattern. For example, here you got the 1, 5, 1, 3, 5. So by sprinkling just A, C, and E and finding those notes on the fretboard, you get these A minor arpeggios. And so you have 3 notes in your natural minor chord. So that's going to give you kind of almost 3 starting points or 3 modes, shapes. So you you have this 5th fret position, and then you have the 8th fret and between 8 and 12, and then finally between that octave, the 17 and the 12. So all you're doing there is just repeating A, C, and E, but you've broken down the chord. Alright, I hope that was useful. If you have any questions, just shoot me a line, drop a comment. Be sure to subscribe, and shred on.